As those cases rise, the state's largest school district returned to class today. Misinformation, though, is spreading just like the virus itself, leaving school districts and health departments facing pushback and a public health crisis. There's Chief Investigative Reporter Bennett Haberly.
This week, placards carried messages about choice and freedom. These voices outside the State House,
your body, you choose,
carried messages in support of a bill that would block schools, businesses, and other institutions from requiring COVID vaccinations.
We want it to be our choice.
Similar pushback against mask mandates popped up at this Worthington school board meeting, which ultimately passed a mask requirement for K through 12.
I've weighed the pros and cons from my research and determined that it is detrimental to his learning and well-being to wear a mask.
And at last week's school board meeting in Gahanna, several parents echoed opposition to mask mandates. Misinformation was also present. At least 2 parents repeated false claims about the efficacy of the PCR COVID test. All of it has led public health officials like Dr. Mashika Roberts to say things like this.
The science says this virus is very contagious. The science says we can reduce the spread of this virus by wearing face coverings or masks. And the science says that we can reduce the spread of this virus, we can reduce illness, and we can reduce death by getting vaccinated.
10 Investigates found that as school has resumed in Ohio, school districts in at least 42 counties are reporting active COVID cases among students and staff. In the Columbus area, a dozen school districts have reported cases, leaving hundreds of children and teachers in quarantine.
What's sort of the landscape that we're looking at? Do you anticipate that we will see more of those circumstances pop up in the next weeks ahead?
I definitely think we're going to see more cases. We're going to see more individuals getting quarantined, and we're going to see this impact the classroom and schools as well as businesses.
We want our students to be safe.
The head of the state's largest school district says they're prepared to return to virtual learning should it be necessary. Right now, they're requiring masks and encouraging vaccinations, even as concern and contention lingers.
I thought it would be different, but it was better than I thought it was. It was exciting.
The cases is just too high. I just think they shouldn't have brought all the kids back together like this.
In Columbus, Bennett Haberly, 10 TV News.